Hello, my name is David Thompson, and if you're listening to this, I'd like to tell you a little about the life I've been lucky enough to live. I've never believed that a person's life should be measured by what they owned or how important their job title was. For me, life's always been about people, places, and the memories we make together. Looking back now, I feel incredibly fortunate for the life I've had and the family I've shared it with. I was born in Sheffield in the spring of 1954. My childhood was wonderfully simple. We didn't have much, but we had everything we needed. Most days were spent outside with friends, building dens, riding bikes, climbing trees, and coming home covered in mud. It was the sort of upbringing that taught you to appreciate the little things. My dad, John Thompson, was a practical man who could fix almost anything, and I was always at his side asking questions. Between him and my mum, Joyce Thompson, I learned the values that stayed with me throughout my life. Work hard, be kind, keep your word, and never stop being curious. That curiosity eventually led me into engineering. The opportunity of a lifetime came when I landed a position at Rolls-Royce, and it meant moving to Derbyshire. At the time, it felt like a huge step, but looking back, it was one of the best decisions I ever made. I spent my entire career at Rolls-Royce, working alongside some incredibly talented people. I genuinely loved engineering. I'm proud to say I was part of the team that worked on the Rolls-Royce 535E engines that powered the American Airlines fleet throughout the late 80s and early 90s. There was something deeply satisfying about solving problems, creating something that worked beautifully, and knowing that every detail mattered. It challenged me every single day, and I couldn't have asked for a more rewarding career. But as much as I loved engineering, Derbyshire gave me something even greater. It introduced me to the Peak District. What started as the occasional weekend walk soon became a lifelong passion. There was something about those rolling hills, ancient woodlands, quiet valleys, and wide open skies that always made life slow down. No matter what kind of week I'd had, a walk through the peaks always seemed to put everything back into perspective. As I spent more time outdoors, I developed a love of photography. I wasn't interested in taking hundreds of pictures just for the sake of it. I wanted to capture those fleeting moments, the early morning light breaking through the trees, mist hanging over the hills, or a quiet stream winding through the countryside. Some of my happiest days were spent with a camera in my hand and nowhere particular to be. The more I explored, the more I realized these beautiful places couldn't be taken for granted. That's why I began volunteering with the Woodland Trust. It felt important to give something back to the landscapes that had given me so much peace over the years. Whether it was helping with tree planting, maintaining woodland, or supporting local conservation projects, I always came home feeling like I'd made a small difference. Of course, none of those moments would have meant nearly as much if I hadn't had someone to share them with. Meeting your mum, Sarah, changed my life forever. She had a warmth that drew people towards her, an infectious laugh, and a way of making every house feel like home. Together we built a wonderful life, filled with love, laughter, and more happy memories than I could ever count. We were blessed with two amazing children, Emily and Daniel. Watching the two of you grow into thoughtful, kind, and capable adults has been one of the greatest joys of my life. No parent gets everything right, but I hope you always knew how proud I was of you both. Then, somehow, life became even richer. Oliver, Sophie, Jack, and Grace, you arrived and completely stole my heart. Being your granddad has been one of the greatest privileges of my life. Thank you for every adventure, every muddy pair of wellies, every picnic, every walk, every question about birds, trees, and insects, and every moment we spent exploring together. I hope those days meant as much to you as they did to me. As the years have gone by, I've realized something very simple. Life moves incredibly quickly. The things we think we'll remember often fade away, but the moments we spend together somehow stay with us forever. Family dinners, birthday celebrations, Sunday afternoons, quiet walks, cups of tea, conversations that seemed ordinary at the time. Those are the moments that become our greatest treasures. I've had my share of difficult days too. Like everyone, I've faced disappointment and loss along the way. But those moments taught me that families don't need to be perfect. They simply need to stand beside one another. If I could leave you with a few pieces of advice, they'd be these. Be kind, stay curious, never stop learning. Take time away from busy lives to notice the world around you. Don't wait for the perfect moment to tell someone you love them. And always remember that success isn't measured by what you own, but by the lives you've touched and the memories you've created. To Emily and Daniel, thank you for making me so proud to be your dad. To Sarah, thank you for walking beside me through every chapter of life. I couldn't have wished for a better partner or friend. And finally, to Oliver, Sophie, Jack, and Grace. You are the future. The countryside that I love so deeply now belongs to your generation to care for. I hope you'll always see its beauty, not just in the dramatic views, but in the quiet woodland paths, the bird song on a spring morning, the smell of the earth after rain, and the simple peace that nature can bring. Protect those places, stand up for them, leave them better than you found them. If, years from now, you find yourselves walking through the Peak District, standing beneath ancient trees, or watching the sun rise over the hills, I hope you'll think of me for a moment, not with sadness, with a smile. Because if a little part of my love for nature lives on in each of you, then I'll know I left behind something far more valuable than anything I ever built during my career. Thank you for listening to my story. Look after each other, look after this beautiful world, and whenever you find yourself surrounded by nature, know that in some small way, I'll always be there with you.